Okay, so this is the testimonial portion of Nick's video today. And Nick, I'm just going to be asking you a couple questions. To start off, I would love to ask you first, what was your overall experience like with Authors on a Mission, and how has it benefited you so far since the book has been released?
Yeah, so the process was what I was really looking for. And I had a very clear process from start to finish. I didn't have to think about what's next. Everything was already pre-done for me. So that was huge. Then, of course, the work I did with my angel writer was phenomenal. I was able to connect 2 to 3 times a week with him to discuss different steps within my book. And then he shared, everything every week with me or every other week, where we can review it together, improve it, make some changes, etc., etc. But that was a very smooth process from start to finish. But for me, the angel writer piece was definitely the most powerful for me because it's literally building the book together.
Awesome. Yeah. And of course, like you mentioned before, because of the language barrier, it helped you to get your ideas out there in a way because you were able to help with the language portion of it. So I guess I'm also curious, did you experience any problems or anything like that during the process?
Um, yeah, I mean, nothing is perfect. I just thought that after the book was over, it was a period of 6 to 8 weeks where I didn't have a lot of communication and I felt like it was a little bit rushed. Even the first part was extremely smooth. And then when it was over, I felt like it was rushed during those 6, 8 weeks without that I knew what was happening to finish everything and be able to publish it faster. And I understand because you have a lot of people going through the process and but I felt like the experience was a little bit different at that point for me. Then the second piece was at the end with Amazon, and I understand it's not your fault because that was a fault with Amazon, but we had a release date schedule, and then the date of the release, Amazon was not able to release it on time, and they made a mistake on the price. It was like almost double the price that was supposed to be. And so the problem I had is that I was pushing with Author on a Mission. I'm like, hey, do something. And they said, well, there's nothing we can do. We need to send an email and we don't know how long it takes. And it took literally 5 days or a full week. The release of the book was made wrong. And so I think that that would be good if you guys can have, like, if since you use them a lot for different publishing, book publishing, I would be shocked if you cannot have actually a direct person of contact with Amazon that can take problem that big as that one, that the release of the book is as a big mistake in the price and nothing could have been done in 5 days. So, but I talked to Vikran and he said that it was absolutely nothing that it could do himself, but he showed me all the mail he sent. So I knew he was doing everything to make it happen, but he said we need to wait the process. So yeah, those two things. But again, nothing is perfect. I don't expect perfection, but that was frustrating because it was the release of the book.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing this. And then moving forward, we know it's to open communication lights more during the publication process. At least update like, hey, we're on this step, we're on this step. I can see how that would be beneficial because you're sitting there wondering, like, where's my baby? It's not at a pair of the world yet. So I understand what you mean by that. And I'm sorry about the Amazon thing. It would be nice if perhaps they could have a connection line there. I know huge company, but yeah, there should be someone to help.
Hmm.
Hopefully this feedback will resonate with Vikram. And my last question to you, and I think you mentioned this a little bit in the podcast too, but what results has your book achieved? And were you satisfied with the results once it was published?
Yeah, so the result of the book met a lot more than I thought it would. So meaning I could get to know a lot of people that I would have never reached without the book. The feedback helped me craft the keynote for my speaking business because I realized based on the feedback I got from the book that there was a lot of the same kind of question coming back and needs from people after reading the book. And that's where what I use to actually put the keynote or help define the keynote better. And after using the keynote, I realized that it's really making an impact. And so the book helped me really refine the speaking piece a lot and understand what people really loved the most about the book and needed the most to hear or read about the book to help their own journey.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you for sharing all that with us. And thank you for taking the time to do the testimonial. It's going to be good for us, and especially your feedback on, for both sides of it. It's really important.
Absolutely. Happy to.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day in Florida. Hopefully it's nice out there. Like I said,
92 degrees.
yeah.